What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Josh and Brandy Helm here with Texas Best, and today we have another finished tour video for you guys on the Athens Barndominium. So
yeah, this house has got about 1,850 square feet of living, about close to 1,500 square foot in the shop, and a 400 square foot front porch.
So having 450 square foot porch, that's all facing the back side of the property, which is basically where the view is, looking out over this nice landscape and just enjoying the countryside.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
that's
kind of drive into the property, so you're
right.
kind of driving in kind of towards the back, and then
So it's positioned a little bit differently. We have more of a shotgun type approach, but putting all the focus where it belongs. But some other key things that are different here, especially on the interior, is we have some bonus storage that we'll be showing you guys. But I want to talk to you a little bit before we go inside about the exterior. We've got a luder stone that's going all around the base of this build with an EIFS band on top, which gives us a nice transition and a tight transition to be able to transition, for a water table. This is always a nice effect and allows us to really have some good clean lines when it comes to those transition points. And then we have this tan PBR style panels, which kind of gives you a board and batten look with a green overall trim. That's what's happening here on the exterior, which has turned out beautifully. We look forward to getting you guys inside, so I hope you enjoy this video. Let's get it going. Okay, here we are in the living area right off of the front door, which is in the back. But one thing about this space here is this is where we have the open, expansive space that we have here, which the Barndominium gives you an ability to have a high ceiling or a vaulted ceiling without spending additional money. So that's kind of what the vault, in a Barndominium, it's easier to do a vaulted ceiling than it is to do a lower ceiling. Some people may not prefer to have the high ceilings for various reasons. Some people in their minds think that air conditioning, plays a big demand because you have a high ceiling. It's not necessarily always the case when you have contained air or you're doing the spray foam like what we do. But this overall room size is approximately 40 by 18 foot, including our big spacious living area as well as our kitchen area, which is on this other side. So we're going to walk over here and show you guys a little bit what we got going on in this kitchen.
yeah, we have a 6x5 island here with a cloudy gray granite. It's beautiful. I love all the
Actually,
veins
this is
in it.
quartz.
Quartz, I'm sorry.
So this is a quartz countertop. It's cloudy gray, and always in this one we do have an accent color on the cabinet itself. So this has our X pattern that we routinely do a lot of times. And for these cabinets, we actually added some pizzazz a little bit on the doors. We have a 10-foot height on our cabinets, which really gives it some height in here.
Right.
But putting these X patterns going across there kind of gives it a little different dynamic.
And it adds its own lighting too. It's really pretty. You can put some nice things up there.
Yeah, so it's always nice when you can add accent lights. So here we have them inside the upper cabinets, and we've got a nice little spread of countertop space back here. So, with drawer space and our hardware and plenty of upper cabinets as well.
All the brush nickel hardware and obviously the stainless steel appliances.
Yes, and lots of drawer space as well in here with the island, and then our farm sink over here. Talk about the backsplash we have.
This came from Floor and Decor, and it's really neat because it has like a little bit of a, not a pattern, but a texture to it. I mean, it's kind of beveled on the edges, and so it's not exactly, straight subway, but it's real pretty.
Sometimes you can take away a little bit, play around with the textures and go from that smooth to that jagged, texture, which helps add a little dimension to it. Of course, we have the under counter lights as well, and a beautiful vase made by not yours truly, but hers truly. And I like the feeling of bigness here, because the cabinets are tall, sometimes we get lashings about how tall the cabinets go, because it's like, how practical is that? But as you can imagine, they actually have some tall folks around here on this build, but there's plenty of cabinet space to where you can let's show you guys, to where you can still access this if
you can.
Yes, not everybody. And then a lot of times, like on the top side, if you want, you can display knickknacks or whatever, like my wife likes to put.
Yes, you have
stuff.
to decorate up there.
Yeah. So moving on through here, we have like I said, we have a large trash drawer here on the island. And then, of course, more counter space here. And then a big...
The corner pantry.
With the corner pantry here, which is always nice.
With the auto light.
Yes, and you can fit a lot of stuff in there. This is sort of a standard, basic thing for us, but it goes along with the plan. And corner pantries are nice whenever you can incorporate it into the kitchen. Of course, it's if you have the space, it's nice to have a separate pantry as well. So a lot of room through here, 4 to 5 foot all the way through. Sometimes our perspective doesn't always show that. And then we've got the pendant lights that come down through here, which is really nice.
Really long.
Yes, high ceiling.
Yes.
And here on this side of the kitchen, what do we got going here?
Well, we've got our microwave over the hood here.
Pretty standard setup there, but this is nice with kind of the black and stainless look.
And I really like how it goes a little higher on this part of the cabinets. It kind of gives it some dimension and changes it up a little bit. It fills the room, because if you had them really low in this high ceiling, they would just look tiny. You kind of have to fill the space.
Kind of like the higher cabinets. Well, in this case, some of what's drawing us up with the cabinets as a builder, I'll tell you a little bit the reason. Basically, it's because you have higher ceilings on the other side of that wall. And when you have higher ceilings on the other side of that wall, it means you're trying to get your ventilation for, like the microwave. We have a vent stack, and we have to get that ventilation between the floor space. And so in order to do that, that means you have to raise your cabinet on up a little bit higher, which, that's why we have this big stack here. And it would look really funny if you had just that centerpiece and not bring the other cabinets up. So that's a little bit of insider information for you guys as to why maybe somebody would go that high. It's because we have 10-foot ceilings in the bedrooms, and we have 8-foot doors throughout here on these.
You don't want some big silver vent going out. You can at least conceal it. Right,
and so perspective is everything, and this in good balance, it looks really good. So that's what we got going here. Of course, moving on through, we have the refrigerator, which one of the things that we do on this area is we have plenty of deep storage above the fridge, and then we have the full wraparound end on the refrigerator, always encapsulating that. Now you could build a little corner wall there, but we like to use the cabinets to do that because it's just more of like a piece of furniture.
Right, I feel like it just kind of tucks it in instead of there's just a refrigerator just kind of on the end of your cabinets. I like that it kind of encloses it.
And so throughout this main living area, we have this is a vinyl plank flooring, which is a really nice interlocking flooring. It is floating, but it's got really durable padding as well, which I believe all this came from Floor & Decor, and which gives you a lot of good space. Of course, here for the island, there is plenty of room for the bar stools there, at least 3, and this is a good kitchen for serving our clients for many years to come. And
it's all open to the massive living area.
And a lot of windows looking out over this, landscape, which have got pond and You know, there's
shooting range,
beekeeping and yeah, shooting range, you name it. We got it all going on out here. Beautiful spot out here in East Texas.
Tons of trees.
Yeah, and which we love East Texas, and we love working out here as well. So, you know, let's go on. I'll show you guys as we move on down the hallway, which leads to the other bedrooms.
So down this hallway, we have like this neat little office area. I guess you can put a little chair here and have a little home office with all the upper cabinets, and we did a stained countertop here.
Yes, it's nice to kind of switch it up, do a little bit of a wood top, and so this kind of like a grayish stained color, lightly stained, and then we have a lot of drawer space on either side, you know, for your storage, and then upper cabinets as well that, you know, has the under cabinet lights here. So it's got to have a little bit of a wider hallway in order to incorporate that.
Sure.
Another thing, having this little wide nook area, or whatever you would call it, is you have, it opens up the hallway a little so you don't feel maybe so
there's plenty of
cramped
room here.
and to where, you know, just having one big long hallway. Of course, we also have some upper or some full height cabinets that we were able to incorporate here, which is really nice.
Like a linen closet.
Yeah, and these are deep cabinets, so they're a couple feet deep, giving you plenty of full storage for your linens, like you said, or whatever you might have room for. Now, off of this stems a bathroom that is, you know, a full bathroom that serves 2 bedrooms on this side, and then a master suite on this side. So we'll show you guys one of the bedrooms here.
All right, so this first bedroom is an 11 by 13. It's a good size little bedroom here.
Yeah, it's
got those high ceilings. It makes it feel bigger.
10-foot ceilings, always opens everything up. Of course, we have the same flooring and throughout, and we have, you know, when you have 8-foot doors, you have to set your windows up as well to kind of match that. It works better that way, so that gives you some extra height as well in these rooms, which is better if you just make your windows taller. But also this is kind of our standard closet that we're using here, which is pretty typical in design. You got your, you know, cubby storage, and then hanging storage on each side with the shelves on the top. So
yeah, this bedroom has a little bit bigger closet than the next one.
And this is pretty basic, pretty standard. What you're going to see on all of our standard packages is you're going to have cubbies, and this is your double door, which the reason why you would do a double door like this is so that you don't have one huge door, and also it gives you you know, more accessibility on a longer closet. So that's the reason why we have that. And so we have another bedroom as well that is just like this one, that has all the same closet space and size almost on the bedroom. So let's go and show you guys the bathroom, show you guys what this turned out like. All right, so this is a full bath here, and of course we got the same countertops here with that cloudy gray quartz, and we have rectangular sinks as well. These are undermount sinks with your 8-inch offset faucets, I believe. And then the only thing we're missing here is our mirrors. Like, I thought that was coming a day or two ago, and with the shower glass, and it wasn't somehow wasn't on the ticket, so they're not going to
get the measurements when they were here.
Yeah, they're not going to get it here until like maybe tomorrow or something like that. But you know, the show goes on. But anyways, imagine seeing like a big mirror here, because there's going to be one,
really long one.
And as you guys see in other videos, but we just basically we take some of the same trim that we normally use and we frame that out, and then our mirror goes on that wall, and then we have the bar lights here. Lots of counter space. This is an exceptionally long bathroom.
Yes, it's very long. Because
of the bedrooms, you know, space that we had. Again, you know, remember we got 40 foot that we're making up on the overall width of this build. So this is a long bathroom. Now, the client mentioned that maybe to do it over again, they might add another closet or something between the two rooms to help shorten this a little bit. Of course, we do have upper storage above the toilet, and then there's this hexagon tile that we have going all the way up to this 10-foot ceiling in here.
And it really complements the quartz on the countertops. It really,
yeah, it kind of blends well, and I like, sometimes it's kind of nice to blend the lines in with the tile, but I like the shape here. It just kind of changed up the style altogether, and really looks pretty cool.
And then they did a penny tile inside the little niche on the.
Right, and so looks great, and we're using the same tile in the other bathroom, but it looks a little bit different in there because we got some different features. So we'll show you guys here as we go to the master suite. All right, this is the master suite, and it's a pretty good sized room.
It's a 15 by 16, and we have the same vinyl flooring in here as we have throughout.
Yes, all of the same. Now, what's our wall colors in here?
That's a good question, Josh.
It's a gray, and we'll have to put that in the description below. Maybe that'll be the question. What's the colors? Well, it's gray. I mean,
it's the same gray
there's
throughout,
so many grays. There's silver plate. There's repose gray. We'll get you the specific one in the comments below, and maybe we'll have that information later in the video because I'm sure I got some sample paint somewhere around here. Anyways, but this is the master suite. Plenty of room here.
We did some can lights in here to add the.
A lot of times in your master bedroom, you will have can lights added. They didn't want additional lighting for the ceiling fan, so that's the main lighting is the can lights here.
I just like it because it spreads it across the room. Instead of just having just a central in the center of your room light, you actually have it in all.
Yeah, the more can lights, the better. It just costs more money.
Yes.
So that's the key. But okay, so moving from here, we'll show you guys this master bath. All right, and this is a nice size master bath. We are carrying pretty much the same trim package throughout. Same countertops, which is a quartz countertop. I know Brandy keeps trying to convert them to granite, but these are quartz, cloudy gray, and the same, faucets here. And then of course you see we'll have this full mirror that's going to be going in hopefully tomorrow sometime. But one of the things that's nice about this is this beautiful shower that we got going in here as well.
It's got the hexagon tile just like the other one, but they did the penny tile that's in the soapbox is also on the floor.
Exactly, and I always like when we can put in a diverter valve and give the hand spray, feature with the offset of the heads. Now, sometimes you can move those, you could put if you have a diverter valve, you could actually put your spray handle on one side and have your main head on the other, and then you could have like two heads.
Have a dual head,
yeah. Kind of like two. But here we have a bench in the shower with that, penny tile like Brandy was saying, and then we're doing a frameless glass on this shower glass door. And
we did the quartz, like the countertops, on the soapbox and also on the top for the bench. So.
Which is nice when you can incorporate that and it looks nice. So here it actually worked out really, really good. Loving the colors, loving that scheme that we got going there. So also we have, like I said, this tucked in toilet area with the above cabinet storage up above, which looks really nice. And then leading into the closet space, we have extra cabinet storage in here and a lot more cubby space and a pretty nice good sized closet.
Yeah, that's nice. And of course we stain all of our rods to match any stain that we do in the house, so that always looks nice because it kind of breaks up all the white. So
exactly. So a lot of good storage space here. So moving on from here, we're going to head on and show you guys the laundry room. All right, and this is the laundry area, which has the window in here as well. But you got your washer and dryer. A lot of good space here, which you could also add, additional counter space over this if you wanted to. But there's plenty of counter space here. You know, and sometimes you can incorporate hanging storage, stuff like that in a laundry room. But
something different about this one though is that it's kind of separate from the living, but it's still a heated and cooled spot, and it's just right outside right when you step out into the shop. It's a separate.
Right. So our insulation, you know, is heavy wrapping around this portion, so it's included in our living square footage. It's just got a separate door, which is open to the shop. So coming off from here, we have, like I said, all this cabinet space, same countertops, and you know, plenty of space. But it leads open where it goes back into the main living area, and then also we have some stairs that take us up to our bonus storage, which we were able to incorporate some additional storage here, which is really nice to have whenever you...
It's a lot of storage under stairs.
Yes.
It's a great place to maximize.
It's good. You can organize all kinds of things going into that space. So this ultimately leads us out to the big shop area, which is always a nice thing to have. Yeah. This was an added sink off the shop that wasn't originally part of the deal, but we added that, and then there's a door that leads off to this side, and of course our staircase which goes on up. But as you can imagine, this is a, like I said, 1,500 square foot shop with one big high bay door and another 8-foot door over here, giving you plenty of wall space, plenty of parking space.
Yeah, you could park all kinds of stuff in here. ATVs, RVs, you can do all kinds of things. Pull it in,
unpack it, pull it out. Pretty much plenty of room for all that. But we want to take you guys through some of the options that you might have in a shop like this, because a lot of times our clients, sometimes they want to go and wrap these walls, which I think our clients have plans to do some of that kind of stuff organizationally. But one thing that we do is we always put a channeled, let me walk over here. One of the things that we always do in these shop spaces is you'll see here, this is a purlin, so this is a steel purlin, and then at the bottom we use a channel that is a receiver channel that we put on the bottom instead of just using the standard, say, base angle L shape, because we want you to have this to screw to if you wanted to add paneling or something for the inside, liner panels or plywood, something that you wanted to attach to. Now here, built inside here, we actually have our zip at this lower level because of the stone that's on the other side. So we seal the wall behind the stone, giving it a drainage plane and making sure that it's not going to rot. And then, so this is actually a wood stud with that sheeting that's on the other side. So you actually have a little mixture of wood and steel here. So that can obviously be covered up, but here we got all our insulation that runs all on the inside. It pretty much makes it all the same color. So going from here, we're going to take you guys up to the bonus storage area.
All right, so up these stairs, I like that we wrap the stairs and that it's a complete finished look going up to match the inside. And this is an amazing storage space. I don't know how big this is, but it feels great up here.
Well, a lot of the reasons why it feels great is because this is our envelope area. So basically when you're building a shell and you have an envelope for spray foam, which is what we have here, all of your spray foam is actually, it's kind of like the last line of defense, so to speak. And so there's a certain absorption between up here and down below. So all of your air is actually pumping down below, but you're allowing some of that air up in this, what is kind of a semi-conditioned space. And then it all stops pretty much at this point. So you're trying to keep all that cooled air enveloped into this envelope. So you got the wall that's just off of this side that you know, you can get through some of the openings or whatever, you get some air But we did this and left it open. The client paid additional money to have this subfloor installed up here, which gives you plenty of structured support. So this is not just your standard ceiling joists with plywood on it. This is a true 3/4 inch subfloor with...
you could finish this space out if you wanted.
You could, of course, by code, you're supposed to have like windows, means of egress for in case of fire, you know, those kind of things. But yes, the potential is here far as the structure's here, if you ever needed to add something. But for storage, it's perfect.
We have all our utility things up here as well with the HVAC.
Exactly, and so we have our HVAC system and all that stuff here on this wall, which just could easily be walled off,
so you don't have to
and, you know, make a little more presentable. But as you can see, our clients are already making some storage use up here. So it's really cool to see a plan come together, you know, where you're you're creating this space for your client to use, and then see them come in and actually start utilizing it.
Yeah, that's the only part I don't get to see. I don't get to see it fully furnished and all the things that they had in mind for it.
Right. So you know, that's just another kind of part of it. It's like you carry a project so far, and then you hand it off, and they're gonna care for it and take care of it as it moves forward. So of course we do have a water heater up here. We have our HVAC up here. Those are primarily the main things that we do have up here. But overall, you could do whatever you wanted to up in this area. So it is about, you know, usually 5 to 10 degrees different up in this space, but it's when you got 100 and something degree weather outside, you know, it feels really good because we got quite a bit of insulation. We've got closed cell, so you're looking at our roof line here, and what ends up going up there is we have a inch of closed cell that is sprayed directly to the metal, and then we have our open cell that is sprayed on top of that. And then on our end wall system, which is straight way, that's our wood framing, all that gets open cell filled out to those studs. And so that's pretty much what goes all the way down the wall and is insulated all throughout. So that's it for our bonus storage. All right, so coming off the shop, our clients actually added this walkway going back through here, and which is kind of nice because you got your whole wooded area, and you know, leading right here off the shop. So it's pretty cool.
All right, they added this nice driveway into the...
Yes, it's very nice. And you know, it's the way that they're going to approach the property. So they wanted to have a nice big parking space, which is really needed in this part of the because of the way that it's facing. You really need accessibility, you know, and a way to back up, turn around, all that kind of stuff. So it was really a good thing. But as you can imagine, there's really so much you can do out here in this property. Right now we got some wild locusts and all kinds of stuff going on out here. But just really getting in tune with the nature and everything that's here. It's really going to be an awesome property for our clients. And so we're excited for them and to, you know, send them on their way to having a beautiful time out here in Athens, Texas. So, you know, this is kind of the last look right here as far as where we're at, but we're going to show you guys another recap here in just a minute. You know, when we started this channel, we had no idea that so many of you guys would join along with us on this journey. But, you know, we're so glad to have each and every one of you on board. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I hope you'll do that now. Also, don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and wherever else you can search for Texas Best Construction. I'm Josh Helm.
And I'm Brandy Helm.
And we're wishing you all the best. Thanks for watching Texas Best.